بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. We are still uh, answering these questions or requests of topics that we discuss in these videos. And I have a question here that says, what can Hanbali students do to preserve the true madhab of Imam Ahmad? It's very important that the questioner is aware of this idea, the true madhab of Imam Ahmad, not the madhab of Imam Ahmad in the version that has been hijacked by Al-Wahhabiyya. This is a different story. The true madhab of Imam Ahmad can only be preserved when you study well. Yes, when you take your studies seriously. It saddens me when I see some of the students, they act as if this is like another hobby that they have. It's one of the activities that they do every week, or maybe only during the weekends. Yes, like you develop certain habits, activities, hobbies, and one of them is studying knowledge. I'm not saying that you treat it the same way you treat swimming or working out. I'm just saying that it takes the same like the same space in your life. Same you understand that this is religion is more important than anything else, but this does not show in your practice of it. Al-ilm is our profession. People who study with me, you have to understand this. I expect you to become scholars. Maybe you will not be scholars. Allah's will then. I understand, but you will keep studying. Maybe all what we need is that you die while studying al-ilm, without even becoming a scholar, without achieving this purpose. In order for this madhab to grow, the true madhab of Ahmad bin Hanbal, more people need to study it. But not more people like quantity. More people like quality, very good quality of people need to study the madhab in order for the madhab to be preserved, especially with the false Wahhabi claim. If we talk about the details of this, after saying that al-ilm is our profession, so you are a doctor, you are a teacher, you are a professor, you are whatever, yeah, an engineer or whatever. This is something that helps you earn a living. That's it. What is your true profession? Al-ilm. If we want to talk about the details of this, I believe we should talk about the Hanbali madhab, which is a fiqhi madhab, the Hanbali madhab, which is aqadi madhab in al-aqidah, and the Hanbali madhab, which is a Sufi madhab, the tariqah of Sidi Abdul Qadir. Yes, let's start with the last one, because it's the simplest one from the perspective of knowing how to preserve it. The tariqah of Sidi Abdul Qadir is a Hanbali tariqah. We all understand that the tasawwuf flies with the two wings of al-kitab wa sunnah. This is what Sidi Abdul Qadir said. This is what all of the Sada Sufiya said. In order for this to happen, we have to see the history of the Qadiri tariqah, the Qadiri madhab, the tariqah of Ahmad ibn Hanbal, then Sidi Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Al-Qadiriyya Hanbaliyya, purely. It happens that there are Qadiriyya who are not Hanbali. They have benefited from the Qadiri tariqah. They have true claims, no problem, yeah? If you want the purest Qadiri tariqah, nothing, يعني, no stains on this white يعني qamis or white piece of cloth. The Qadiri tariqah in its Hanbali version. It helps a lot when you are a Hanbali student who is respecting this tradition by not following other things, by not hesitating, by not doubting, by not questioning unnecessarily. If you have healthy questions, healthy doubts, we welcome them. It's meaningless that without having any, some students, they just go and pick, like the same questioner actually said, cherry picking, but in this case in التصوف, they like a sheikh in the masjid nearby, so they just go with this sheikh and they become the followers of this tariqah. Yeah, this can be justified though. This is a great sheikh. He disciplines, or he or she disciplines their followers. I've been influenced by him, I go for him. This is fine then. But sometimes you do not have any of these factors and you just heard about some tariqah, just followed it. Yani, if you do not have a tariqah, consider the Qadiri tariqah. If you are a Hanbali, consider the Qadiri tariqah. If you have a tariqah and you are following its awrad, then continue following your tariqah. But as a Hanbali, you have to raise awareness that the Qadiriyya are Hanbaliyya and the vast majority of Hanbaliyya are Qadiri. This is a very important aspect of it. The next part, let's talk about al-Aqeedah. But if you've noticed, I've already mentioned or connected both of al-Fiqh and al-Tariqah Sufiyya together in one thing. Hanbali in Fiqh, Qadiri in Tariqah. Yes. And you know the principle. The person who follows a Sufi tariqah without al-fiqh, this is some sort of zandaqa. It's a very harsh thing actually. Yeah. Same thing applies to a person who seeks the ilm of al-fiqh without any tasawwuf, even though they use a different word in describing this. But I'm telling you, both behaviors, both are wrong and both lead to a zandaqa in different ways. Let's talk about al-Aqeedah. It's meaningless that you are practicing al-kalam or that you are trying to be a mutakallim if you are Hanbali. Now I'm addressing Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. If you are a Wahhabi, خلاص يعني, I understand. طبعا being a Wahhabi who follows the fiqh of the Hanbali madhab, this is really ironic, but and I hope you just find something else. Just go be Zahiri or a shame for the Zahiri madhab if you want, but يعني, it does not make any sense that you follow the madhab of Ahmad Hanbal. If you are Hanbali in fiqh and you are really interested in al-kalam, I think you should consider a different madhab in al-fiqh. And I'm not saying interested in al-kalam like you are interested in how al-kalam developed. No, you're interested in like constructing aqeedah based on the kalami methods, based on speculative theology, as some translators call it. You have to understand, in order to preserve the Hanbali madhab, you have to understand the philosophy behind the madhab, not just the rulings. People are really keen on studying the rulings. Tell me what the madhab says on this mas'ala and the next mas'ala and the following mas'ala. I usually stop in my durus and leave the mas'ala, leave the rulings, and I start talking about the philosophy behind this. And this connects the three heads or the three pillars of this madhab: al-fiqh, wal-aqaid, wal-tasawwuf. Yeah. People like al-Khalwati, people like Ibn Awad al-Mardawi, these people, these scholars, they were Ash'ariyya in al-i'tiqad. Yeah. It's not something that we celebrate. There's something that we mention, and we should mention it or mention this thing in order to learn from it, not to copy it, to imitate it. No. If you are truly Hanbali, then you should become like Shaykh al-Islam al-Muwaffiq, Zainuddin ibn Rajab, and the great scholars of the Hanbali madhab, like Ahmad ibn Hanbal himself. Yeah. But what do you say about people who يعني I've seen some of the students or former students he when he called himself a Hanbali name, like he uses one of the great names in the Hanbali madhab to call himself a Hanbali name. So instead of his name, he gives himself a laqab that has been used by one of the Hanbali scholars. But instead of calling himself, and one should not do this, one should not call himself, yes, our alqab, my laqab, my students' alqab, yeah, these names like Muwaffaq ad-Din or so, I have never given myself a name. This is what people do not understand. Yeah. But anyway, he gave himself a name. Like, give yourself like a good name, like call yourself Ibn Aqil, or Taqiyuddin, like Ibn Taymiyyah, or Ibn Najjar, or something like this. He called himself Ibn Badran. What is Ibn Badran? This is what you aspire to? So when I say become like Ibn Qudamah, become like Zainuddin ibn Rajab, yeah? Become like Shaykh al-Islam Majduddin ibn Taymiyyah. People have different way of thinking. I am Hanbali student of the Hanbali madhab, and I just want to become like Ibn Badran. That's it. Ibn Badran. Allah al-Musta'an. I think this answers the question, and I think we will repeat some of the ideas that we've mentioned here. Sometimes we will extend the discussions on these things in other videos, but till then, I hope people consider what I'm saying about this philosophy of the Hanbali madhab. Wallahu al-Musta'an. والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.